we'll have Jimmy and Jerry up together. So just like we normally do, if you'll give us your name, your platform, and flag me down, I'll call on you, just like normal. And since David Moore's not here, you know who we get to start with? David Moore's right here. Oh, whoa!
There you go, David.
Great. All right, David. Hey, he was ready to jump in.
All right. Good. Okay, cool.
Okay. Jerry and Jimmy both, what this moment means to both of you and the actual conversation between the two of you when you decided it was going to be this year and this time.
Well, I'm happy. It feels right. I feel rewarded by what it represents. All of the times that we had, they were traumatic times. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but nice little scars, beautiful scars, 30 years ago and during that particular time. And so appropriate. Everybody in this room knows that Jimmy Johnson should be recognized in this manner because of any definition that you want to come up with. I recognize completely sometimes the frailties that are involved sometime with human emotion that shouldn't in any way stand in face of the great working and great relationship we had. We were young boys together. We had a chance to literally climb on a rocket, and I couldn't have picked. I said when I first got involved, Jimmy is worth 5 Heisman Trophy. If you recall, we were changing Coach Landry as coach at the time, and Jimmy was worth 5 Heisman Trophies in my eyes. And so the point is that this is very appropriate, very time to nail it. It was always going to happen.
Well, let me just say this, how appreciative I am of Jerry, and appreciative of the Ring of Honor, but more appreciative of him bringing me to the Cowboys in '89. The two of us were working around the clock together, and people don't realize, the relationship. Back then, Jerry and I talked every day. Every single day I would be in his office. And we talked about here just recently, we never really had a disagreement. And that's surprising to a lot of people. Yeah. But we were always on the same page. And then probably some of the tension happened there toward the end of my career as far as with the Cowboys, when we were so busy going different directions, we didn't talk as much. But my feeling for Jerry has never changed. And this may be strange. I love the guy. He is a big part, maybe the biggest part of my entire career, and I'm very appreciative of that.
I couldn't have had my frailties as to this issue if Jimmy didn't mean so much to me. And because somebody that you don't care can't get to you. So it meant a lot. Like I said, those are, frankly, I think we were about 50 puppies. Most of you guys in here are just puppies. Had I had the maturity that I stand here with today, we might have rolled on past some of this stuff. But seriously, it was the thing I want to emphasize is how absolutely wonderful, and for a lot of things, how it made a difference in something that we both love, and that is sports and football. Jimmy, from the first time I ever met him, made me smile and brought some energy to me. First time I ever met him when he walked in as a freshman. And so it was a natural. There was never any hesitation when I bought the team. Never any hesitation. He left. He didn't even sign a contract.
Right.
Didn't have a contract for months, without exaggeration. And when we did it, the Cowboys paper was not good at that time. It wasn't. And so I grabbed it and I said, look, I'm going to just tell you it's not worth the paper it's written on, so I'll personally guarantee that, because I do want you to have what you got coming, whether this thing has problems or not. But the point is, that was the spirit of it, and really that's the story.
And I believed in Jerry enough to say, hey, he said, well, how much do I need to pay you? I said, here's what I'm making at University of Miami. I'll just come for the same amount of money, just I don't want to cut and pay. And Jerry said, we'll take care of you, which he took care of me. But, people don't realize, because that was a long time ago. The Cowboys were coming off 3 losing seasons and the worst team in the league at 3-13. Now, we didn't help them any by going 1-15 the next year, but they were at the bottom of the league, and within 3 years we won back-to-back Super Bowls. But that was Jerry and myself, the energy that the two of us had, and coaches and players. A lot of people are involved in that, being able to turn the team around the way we did.
Yeah. And we never made a decision. I didn't. The best way I can describe this is Jimmy might allude to the fact that I had the money on the table. And I would say, you've put everything you're about. You've emptied your complete bucket, your entire career, just like I have. So we're here, even Stephen. We've both emptied our buckets here to make this thing go. And if we mess it up, then it's going to be the same consequences for both of us. But we got in there, and like I said, real good lesson. You can't get that uptight unless you care enough. If you don't care, then you can let them go on to the next deal. But when you care, then it stays tight. I'm glad you're in.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Clarence Hill, Star Telegram. We've been doing this mating dance, since he got the ring of honor, so to speak. And you said it was always going to happen. Why now? What has transpired? You guys met even before the Chargers game. Why now?
Well, first of all, I really thought it was time, and I wanted to do it this year. As you know, we don't have a set time frame of when to do the Ring of Honor thing, and so frankly, it just felt right. Certainly, there was some a little awkwardness that was happening for not doing it that I guess I anticipated, but I really didn't anticipate it, and so I wouldn't have wanted that to linger any longer at all. About we have a deal in the Hall of Fame that even though somebody tries to get in, maybe is nominated 15 times, boy, when you're in, you're in. You've always been in. Right. Okay, it was just a question of when.
I think one reason for this year is I'm alive. Because he's always told me I was going in.
At Carolina, you could have done it, this back in Dallas. Why at Carolina? Was it logistics, or what made it right to do it at the Carolina game?
Well, I can speak for me. Jimmy can speak. Jimmy enjoys one of the most unique relationships of 30-something years with his team at Fox that there is. And we didn't have another Fox game there. And then we have Aikman coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, the 30th.
So it was really something that they and us really wanted to have that celebration with Fox, announcing it to do both. That's why this circumstances. We really thank David Tepper. Really want to thank him and any sensitivity that we have here for letting us be together like this on our game here. And but that's the reason for this.
And we had
so we can get it in this year.
We had salute to service at home last week. Todd
Archer with ESPN. It's been 30 years since you guys were together as coach and everything. Did it take you a while to realize how good you guys were together than maybe when you guys were apart?
Well, I'm going to speak first. I never had a time when I didn't have an appreciation for his competence and skill level, ever. And so I've always had that appreciation when we parted. I knew that at that particular time. And so that has never been an issue. It was, without a question, one of the best things that I've been a part of when we made the change with Coach Landry and brought in Jimmy. And it, in my mind, it really changed things. And I'll go so far as to say in the NFL, not just with the Cowboys. It changed things. And so that, I've always realized that was a very special time. It was kind of unique to be around someone that you've got a backlog of some experiences with. That made it nice. But frankly, it was so tight and so strong, and I'm not going to use the word, but so competitive, that we didn't have a lot of time to talk about the old times.
Right.
When we first got involved over our first 4 years. This thing was, every day was Pearl Harbor, and on and off the field. On and off the field. And so, but it was great atmosphere, great. And again, his being in our Ring of Honor does, in my mind, say that will represent, as much as anything could, that period of time from the transition to Tom Landry to world champion. And the actual transition, if you will, of the way the NFL operated as late as '89, and the way it was operating as early as '94, '93. And so this is a little bit of the poster child there.
And you look at Jerry and myself, we're both extremely competitive, extremely competitive. And he wants to be the very, very best. And I want to be the very, very best. And Terry Bradshaw made mention to me, we were together at the Hall of Fame, and I saw Jerry. And every time I'm with Jerry, we tell old stories and laugh and cut up and have great, great memories, because both of us are extremely proud of what we were able to do. And Bradshaw told me, he said, geez, he said, you two guys, when you get together, it's like two brothers. You know, there's a strong feeling between the two of you. And so that's why people have never really understood the relationship. But we're both extremely proud. I mean, the way the Cowboys are, you know, today, and the way the Cowboys were back then, and, you know, we're very proud of what we were able to do.
The Ring of Honor, as at least depicted to me by Tex, who initiated the Ring of Honor, said it's really, for me, Tex, not about the best players, and it may not be about the best coaches. What it's about is the people that have impacted the franchise, that have made a major mark on what you think of when you think of the Dallas Cowboys. That's why you're in there, because you've done that.
All right, we're going to have to wrap up. The game has started, and we're going to head up to go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling the plays.
Yeah.
Out here.
I'll quote you on that. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. Hey, look at here. Thank you.
Guys, y'all okay on questions? We'll get some questions.
Okay.